Some Identity V content creators have been copyright striked, and why Sand Street Asylum might come back into rank mode? For more news like this, hang around for this episode of This Week in Identity V. Welcome to This Week in Identity V, where we discuss the news from this week's update, and we discuss the aftermath of last week's update, and we discuss a couple of other things and rumors and leaks as well. Going straight into what we received with the last update, we got Season 17 Essence 2, where we got Psychologist and Painter and their S tiers as well. Psychologist being within the Essence, and Patient being able to be bought from the shop straight away. I've seen a lot of interesting and strange interactions with the Patient with his new grappling hook mechanic, and I think it's very exciting. But I must say I haven't seen much of Psychologist yet, because of course you only obtain her if you are lucky enough to get her S tier in the Essence. But we will see what she's going to be like this week. We also had the 10 Days Memories event telling Ada and Emil's story, and it's a bit of a twisted story, I must say. I understood that their relationship was a little bit of a toxic relationship at the beginning, but the more you read into this new storyline, where you will also get some fragments and some other things as well, you understand that their relationship is a little bit stranger than it seemed from the beginning. And yeah. Also, just as a clarification, at least on the patch notes, it says that everyone will receive all the rewards, so it doesn't matter which path you took, either Emil's or Ada's, you will still get all the rewards, as long as you complete all the daily logins. Last week we also had some bad news from some content creators of Identity V. They received on their YouTube channels some copyright strikes for the music they were using in their videos. The music they were using was actually the lobby music from the game itself, and NetEase themselves had copyright striked them. Or at least the bot had detected it as being part of NetEase's owned music. This has been a huge blow because, at least on one content creator's account, they've had 16 videos demonetized. That is a big problem for them and can affect how much they earn monthly. That is maybe their monthly salary, who knows. A little update that I didn't know was coming last week was the new quick message that they added. This one is very useful and is kind of a lucky guy buff because it reveals what item you are holding and how many you've got left. So by using this quick message, it will ping whatever item you have to the rest of the team. For example, I have got a pocket watch, and it will say how many you've got as well. This is really good for Lucky Guy mains because now they can use this to ping which item they just picked up from the box so that their team can now adjust their team composition and team strategy accordingly. But this only works within normal game modes. This does not work, as far as I understand, in Tarot or anything like that. Only in Quick Match, 5v5 and Rank Match. Another small buff that I didn't know was coming along from last week was prisoners' blue fields of electricity that surround a cipher will now not electrocute hunters only in the Tarot and the Crystal Ball game mode. One of the reasons why some players were a little bit annoyed about having a prisoner on their own team was that they were also getting shocked by the zones around the ciphers whenever for example, the Crystal Ball was activated. Now this is not going to affect your own knight, but it will only affect the enemy's knight. That pushes prisoner once again a little bit higher than coordinator. That is, I think, very interesting in Tarot at least. Talking about the next update, Psychologist will be available to buy in the store. So we've had access to Patient for at least at this point around a week, and everybody's been able to play with him, but now you'll be able to buy the Psychologist as well. And this means that we're going to see a lot of cross the map healing happening. It's going to be interesting to see how she works. Although, as a hunter main, I am still a little bit worried about this character. We have yet to see how it will turn out. Psychologist and Patient will get their deductions, and their worn clothes will be available for you to obtain. So that's going to be exciting. If you complete all of their little mini missions that they have, you will be able to obtain the worn clothes and extra dice, of course. Another thing connected to the Psychologist and the Patient is their new B costume package should be coming out this week, where you'll be able to buy it only for Echoes, sadly. But there are two very impressive skins, at least, that I think are much better than the previous B tiers we've had for other survivors at least. But I think that their skins should be available individually for Fragments and Echoes later on, maybe later into the deal that they're going to give. If you do obtain this package, you also obtain the Grey Lovers tag that will be able to be put under your name. This package will cost 288. I'm not sure if that's with the discount or without the discount that they're going to put on, but that's what we have for now. Some other possible things that we might be able to see this update this week are Geri and Freki coming back again, the little dogs that you'll see, well, the wolves technically, that you'll have as pets, that when you have the white one and the grey one, well, one survivor has one white one and the other survivor has the grey one in a match, they will interact and they'll make a heart shape. That will be coming back once again to the shop. It does come back periodically, so don't worry. I'm pretty sure it will come back again later, but who knows? I can't guarantee that for you. Postman is getting a big buff where his cooldown will be removed for his postman ability when he sends a letter to himself. That is going to be removed as far as I understand. And he has also had his dog range increased. Originally he could shoot his dog, I guess you could call it shooting, 1.18 meters away from him. It's been buffed to a 1.69 meter. That is a huge increase in distance, so I think this will make him a little bit more playable. He was already quite good. I have seen him in high tier plays and especially in some type of tournaments because he really is a great assisted decoding character. So with his extra buff, he might be able to kite a little bit more and assist in other people's kites. Another change that you'll see is Psychologist's effects are going to be changed slightly, or they're going to be a little bit more visible. When she's got hit and her stress bubble starts to activate, her avatar will start flashing, or at least her healing will start flashing. This is to indicate to the hunter, I'm assuming, and to the rest of the team that she is in a healing state. Patient is getting a buff because apparently, according to NetEase, he was probably a little bit underpowered because his grappling hook range is being extended, and quite considerably too. It's going from 13.5 meters that it is right now to a 15.2. That is pretty impressive, if I'm not gonna lie. This might mean that he could be able to vault up onto the window of the 2-story building in Moonlit. We've yet to see how that will affect anything. An extra change that they've added to him is that they're going to make it a little bit more difficult to accidentally miss a hook, because now you won't be able to shoot your hook unless you have something that is targetable and in range of the hook. So this will make him a little bit easier to play and a little bit more consistent. Something that a lot of people are really looking forward to is the new pre-select character thing that they're adding to rank. This is when you are above tier 4, you can now set 2 characters that you consider to be someone that you main quite often, and now other players will be able to check which characters you main in legendary mode. This will help more with team composition so that people know what they're good at and they don't pick something that they're maybe not good at. It just helps with maybe preparation for a match, especially if you're playing against randoms. One thing that's been going around at the moment is the patient bug that's happened in Lakeside Village, where you can go through the wall of the big boat into basement if you just shoot it in the right place. That is also going to be fixed with this coming update. Something that's maybe possible that will come this week, but I expect to come not this week but the following week, is the Misty Villa that we talked about in various previous videos. It's the new room that you can buy, the new lobby room. It's a very beautiful villa looking thing, and they've revealed that there are 2 new servants being added that will work inside of that villa and also when you're in the waiting room of a match. Gravekeeper's skin is also probably going to come not this week but the next week, but maybe it will come this week as well. I'm not completely sure about that yet. As for some rumors and some leaks, NetEase will apparently fix the copyright situation that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but I'm not really sure how fast they will do it and how much money these content creators will lose and what NetEase will do to resolve that situation, because this really does affect some content creators and it's not exactly their fault. This very morning of this video, when I'm recording it, I got to see the reveal of the new essence with all the skins, and I must say this one does look like a little bit more of an exciting one that I'm more looking forward to. We have the new essence reveal with the S tier for Mercenary and an A tier for Soul Weaver and for Painter. I'm really interested in seeing the Soul Weaver skin in proper detail because she is in the background, a little bit of gloom. The Mercenary skin is also very impressive, and I'm sure a lot of people will be trying to get that skin because he is very popular. NetEase has also announced that they're going to finally fix Cypher Rush. It's taken a long time and it's taken a lot of complaining, but finally we've actually got them to admit that Cypher machines are going way too fast. They've said that they are not going to affect decoding speed, so I'm not completely sure what they are planning on implementing to slow down Cypher Rush, but I am glad that they are finally acknowledging what we've been saying for weeks and months. They've also announced that there are some adjustments coming to some characters, and some of them have me very excited. For example, we have a change or an adjustment coming to Doctor. Again, we don't know any of these adjustments what they're going to be, but hopefully they're going to be some buffs and not some nerfs like last time. We have Geisha, who's going to get a buff. This is something she really needed. Well, maybe not a buff, but a nerf, but I hope it's a buff. And Reptilian, my original main that I stopped playing because I was annoyed with his hitbox. He's finally going to get an adjustment, hopefully not another nerf like last time. And Acrobat is getting a change. I do feel like Acrobat has felt a little bit underpowered overall because his abilities are more passive and not very active, and this is a problem for survivors as well because you need to have some ability that really does help you overall. But we'll see what he gets adjusted to. Maybe he'll get nerfed. Another thing that's been leaked is that White Sand Street Asylum is going to get some adjustments. I think they're going to mess around with it to make it a little bit more family friendly, not family friendly, player friendly, and maybe they will change it so that it's a little bit more balanced, at least for both sides. And they do plan on putting it more into quick match and possibly into rank mode. So that's exciting. I really do love the aesthetic of the map, and I really do like the map overall. It's one of my favorites. So it would be great to see it put into quick match more often because I never see it. Okay, moving on to the talk in the manor, where I respond to your comments on the last videos that I've published. Katarina Filipa takes notes on blocking flares with the floating ability of Geisha. She can pretty much block any stun as long as you're doing that little floaty up in the sky thing. If you do it at the right time, you can block a lot of abilities. You don't technically even need to be at the top of that animation. You can just start the animation and you won't get affected. So some good players will predict when someone's going to use a flare or a stun, and they'll use that ability to counter it. It's very impressive and very exciting. Bendy says sniper mode on after seeing Mirgrad using his sniping with Soul Weaver in my last video, and I do think that Mirgrad is a very scary spider, so yeah, his ability at sniping people is very impressive. Deja says that I shouldn't dare call it Identity 5. Why not? That's what it's called. Some people call it Identity V, and I do kind of understand where you're coming from, but I'm pretty sure it is supposed to be V as in 5 because of the original design of there being 5 survivors, or maybe 4 survivors and 1 hunter. There are some arguments to the contrary, of course, but I think there is more evidence that it's Identity 5. Argue about it down in the comments, and also whilst you're down there, please give this video a like and subscribe if you'd like to get some news every single week, every Tuesday about Identity 5. Take care guys, have a great day, bye bye.